Treasure Coast market update.
You better get fired up.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen today. We're going to go over some things that I just threw on Facebook, some really good stats that I want to share with you guys so you can see some of the things that I'm seeing as far as strength of market is concerned. So you should be able to see right now the MLS, right? So this is exactly what I see as a realtor. Okay. And what we've got up here is all of the sales in December, right? Last month, that were single family home sales in Port St. Lucie. And you can see right here, we've got 336 sales. Over here, all the little blue dots are a visual description of exactly where those sales were. Okay. So 336 single family home sales. That's a lot of sales. So homes are still selling. I know a lot of people think it's a weakening market. It is a weakening market. It is a softening market. I've seen it kind of plateau, and it definitely has not gotten into buyer market territory. I think, 4 to 6 months of inventory. Let's talk about inventory a little bit. Inventory is at the rate we're selling, which in the last month, there were 336 sales. How many months of inventory is there if we just quit listing houses, right? So let's just say, let's round it to easy numbers. Let's say there were 350 sales, and let's say there's 1,400 homes on the market right now. 1,400 divided by 350 is 4. There'd be 4 months of inventory on the market. That's assuming if we didn't list another home, it would take 4 months to sell at the current rate in which we're selling, right? That's kind of how inventory is looked at. So if you've got 4 to 6 months, it's kind of a neutral market. Anything over 6 months is a buyer's market. Anything under 6 months, 4 months tends to be a really strong seller's market. Now, we had probably a year or two ago, 19 days at our peak. That means with the homes that we had available and the rate at which we were selling, it would have taken 19 days to get through those homes. It was smoking hot. It was moving fast, right? And you could see it. If you had an FHA offer, a VA offer, if you weren't 20 grand overpriced, if you were asking for an inspection, man, if it wasn't given to the sellers with a plate of gold, it wasn't accepted, right? The market was hot. Now in Port St. Lucie, we're at about 4 1/3 months of inventory, which again, in my opinion, is right in that neutral market territory. So what I want to do is I want to show you the stat that I had just posted. Again, 336 sales. I'm coming over here, list price, or I'm sorry. Where is it? Here it is. LP divided by SP is list price divided by sales price. So basically what it's saying is for every $1,000 you're asking, what are we getting? Are we getting $1,000? Are we getting $900? Are we getting $1,100? So you can see there were homes here. This top one sold for 115% of original asking. This one sold for 115%, 107, 104, 103. And you can come all the way down to right here, 169. So I can come in and go 169 divided by the 336. And that's 50.3% of these homes are selling at asking price or higher, right? It's only 49.7% are selling for under asking price, right? And when we look at under, let's get rid of the 99s and the 98s because those are still pretty close. If you want 3% off or more, you've got 235. So 234 divided by 336 minus 1. So 30.36% are selling at a 3% discount or more. Okay. Now I'll tell you, in my experience, what I'm seeing, because we're still seeing multiple offers on some of these homes, right? If you've got a strong marketing agent, if you've got great marketing, if you've got cross marketing, if you've got great photos, if you're taking care of small repairs and updates to your home, you're going to see strong sales prices. You're going to see full asking price or more, right? If you are pricing your home accurately, you're going to see full sales price, or because you've been competitive with your pricing, you might get those multiple offers and get more. The people we're seeing have problems right now are people who are pricing their homes high, and by the time they come down to a marketable value, it's already market worn. What does market worn mean? Well, I can tell you when I've got buyers out, if we're looking at the listing and it says it's been on for 62 days, right? So those are the people who maybe listed 20, 30 grand high and now they've come down to market value, but it says 62 days on market. So those buyers, whether it's accurate or not, they're going to say, man, this home has got to have some desperate sellers. So we're going to come in low and see what they'll accept. So now those sellers are getting low offers because they started high and it took them a while to get down. If on day one, which is when people are the hottest on your property, you are priced accurately, right? Right in line with market comps, that's when you attract the most people, the best people, the people who are most interested. And they're going to see that they need to compete against other offers, multiple offers to get their offer accepted. That's when we start seeing prices come over asking because of the competitive pricing that those people are implementing, right? So that's what we're seeing right now. Why do I tell you this? I tell you this because if you're thinking about selling and you want to get top dollar for your home, don't be scared about, losing 5-10% on your negotiation. You're probably not going to do that unless you're asking a ridiculous price that doesn't align with comps, or your home just really hasn't been well taken care of. But if you've taken care of your home, if you do the little touch-ups on paint, if you've got some carpet pulling away and you replace that carpet, if you've got chipped tile and you fix those little tiles, the little things, right? I usually tell people maybe $2,000-$3,000 worth of little repairs and updates and whatever. That'll usually get your home spruced up and looking sharp. If you do that and you get a realtor who's taking professional photos, you're pricing it in accordance with comps, you're going to sell for full asking price or more, way more often than not, right? And I wanted you guys to see that. Let's look at some of the prices here so you can see what price points are actually selling. So you can see in the month of December, we had two, one at 9.10 and one at 9.25. But there was nothing over 9.25 in Port St. Lucie. Now, that's pretty typical. Unless you get into PJ Village or you're on the water, something like that, you're not going to see a lot of seven-figure sales in Port St. Lucie. You'll see it down in Martin County. You'll see some up on the water in Fort Pierce, Hutchinson Island, obviously. But here in Port St. Lucie, comparatively speaking, right, you're not going to like this as a Port St. Lucie resident, but comparatively speaking, we have pretty modest prices here in Port St. Lucie. You've got three more at 860, 860, and 855, meaning that out of the 336 sales, 331 of them are 769 grand or less, right? So not a lot of real big buck sales. Our big buck sales are still under $1 million. If you're going to come down to even $500,000, which is right here, 61, right? 61 out of 336, only 18% of our sales are at $500,000 or more. And that doesn't surprise me at all. I've been telling a lot of my sellers right now, if you're in that $500,000 price point or higher, that market's cooled off quite a bit. If you look at inventory levels, and we'll finish the video by looking at these. If you look at the inventory levels of the $500,000 plus, it is way different than that first time home buyer price point, which I would say is maybe up to 450. So let's look at that. We'll end the video with this. You can see in December, we had, man, I just said it. What was it? It's right here. 61 sales. I'm going to write this down. 61 sales at 500 grand or higher. Okay. Let's look at how many we've got at 450. I'm going to put this in descending order. Oh, I should have put ascending. Let's go ascending order. So let's look at how many we've got up to 450. This again is what I'm describing as kind of a first-time homebuyer price point. It's crazy that that's how high first-time homebuyers have gotten. So we've got 244 sales. We're going to see if I'm right here. At 450 or less. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to edit search and I'm going to get rid of closed and instead we're going to look at active. How many are on the market? And I'm going to come down to list price of 500 grand or higher. We've got 415 for sale. Okay. But we sold 61 last month. So 415 divided by 61, that's 6.8 months of inventory. Okay. That market, in my opinion, anything over 6 months of inventory is a buyer's market. That $500,000 price point and higher is definitely a buyer's market. Now, as a buyer who's over $500,000, if you're thinking, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get a sweet deal, you could. But I will tell you, a lot of those people, because they're at a higher price point, they've got the financial capabilities to sit a little bit longer on their houses. So it's not that those prices won't come down or those people won't negotiate. Some of them will. But a lot of times I'll see that a shift in that higher market just takes longer because those people can sit longer. They can wait it out. So it might be 6 to 12 months if you're looking to get that sweet deal, assuming the market stays where it's at that price point. So for all of you buyers who are $500,000 plus in Port St. Lucie and you're looking for that great deal and you can wait, I would say 6 to 12 months out is when you'd want to kind of reassess the market, get in touch with me, ask me, what these inventory numbers look like, and we'll show you. But you can see 6.8 months of inventory at that $500,000 price point and higher. So now let's take a look at, I'm going to get rid of the minimum here. Let's raise the max to 450. We've got 689 options up to 450. Okay. So 689 divided by the 244 that sold last month. We've only got 2.8 months of inventory in that, what I consider to be first time home buyer price point, right? That's still a seller's market. It's a weaker seller's market, but it's a seller's market. So for a lot of people, they're confused right now. They're going out looking at 350, 450. They're looking at those price points. They're coming to multiple offer situations. They're being, negotiated against when they're coming in 5, 10 grand low, and they don't understand because of all the stuff that they're hearing on the news, right? Guys, this is the actual data from the actual MLS here locally. There's no making stuff up. Like, this is what it is. You can see 2.8 months of inventory in that first time home buyer price point. We're still in a seller's market. It's still very strong. I shouldn't say very strong. It is still strong for sellers at that price point. Again, assuming you're dressing your home up nice, assuming you're taking great photos, you're doing the small repairs and updates necessary. Again, maybe $2,000, $3,000, and you've got somebody who's marketing your property strongly. So there you go. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a viewpoint on exactly what you're seeing in the different price points of the Port St. Lucie market. If you guys have any questions, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is, even if it's after this video, feel free to put them down in the comments and we'll certainly get back to you with some answers. If you've got a topic that you'd like me to address in the future, I do this every single Wednesday, give you a synopsis of the Florida Treasure Coast market. Let me know and we can certainly focus on whatever it is you guys would like. Guys, have a phenomenal Wednesday. Take care.